Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk Fins Talk. I'm your host, Steve Molloy, and I want to thank everybody that's joining the show tonight, whatever platform that you are on, and especially here in the chat on the YouTube channel. And by the way, wherever you're at, come over here to the YouTube channel, join the family and the community over here. And I really like to see your comments. I enjoy the chatter inside the chat there, and really appreciate you for joining. First thing I want to do tonight, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all the subscribers. I really appreciate you. Uh, Not only for subscribing to Real Talk Fins Talk, but just the Fins Talk Sports Network as a whole. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. We hit 3,000 last week, and now we're at over 4,000, and it's only been a week. So we are growing. We've added more shows. It's just been a joy to be part of this network. I appreciate Bobby Melendez, the founder of this network, who works so diligently and hard at putting all this together, all the time and energy and money that he put into this show. And So far it's really paying off, and I'm happy and so blessed to be a part of the show. So with that, I want to thank everybody for joining the show tonight. And remember, we may not always agree everything Miami Dolphins, but there's one thing we do agree on, is we are all Dolphins. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, guys. I've been out. I was visiting in Virginia. I was visiting my daughter and my three. I have three other grandkids in Virginia. So we were visiting in Virginia, and just had a great time there with the grandkids and the daughter, and just had a great time. Unfortunately, I got sick for the last. Excuse me. Still recovering. For the last 3 or 4 days of the trip, wasn't feeling well, but hey, I made the best of it. But anyway, yeah. So before I get into the nuts and bolts of the show tonight, what I want to talk about, and that's should our optimism be as high, and also our expectations, as I've seen a lot of podcasters and folks on Twitter and all that. We'll get into that, but first I want to talk about some of the stuff that's pretty important, and it's going on right now within the Miami Dolphins organization, and those are contracts. Those are contracts. Specifically, we got Devon Achane coming up for a contract. You've got Aaron Brewer, and we've got Jordan Brooks. Look, so far, Sully has done a great job at with the monies with this organization, the cap, and all that. We brought in a bunch of really second and third string players, and paying them the minimum wage. You know, and he's done a great job there. And right now we're heading in the right direction as far as the cap goes. So we're looking good there, and done a great job. Can't say any more about that. It's just great job by Sully. As far as the Achane contract goes, I know this, Halfley and Sully, they've said they want Achane to be part of this, piece, this foundation, the core of this team. I understand that. But ladies and gentlemen, Breece Hall just got a contract for $45 million, running back for the New York Jets. $29 million of that is guaranteed monies. Okay. And there's still two running backs that are due for contracts, and that's B.J. Robinson of the Falcons and Gibbs, running back for the Detroit Lions. And right now, we don't have the monies to pay Achane. We don't have the monies to pay Brooks. We don't have the monies to pay Brewer. Now, after June 1st, it's another story, right? We've got the monies coming in from Bradley Chubb. Okay, I think that's when they're going to make their move if they intend to pay Achane, right? Right now, the clock is ticking, and if B.J. Robinson and Gibbs get their contracts, and it's look, Devon Achane is better than Gibbs. I mean, better than Brees Hall. Okay, he's right up there with B.J. Robinson and Gibbs. I would even say he's more versatile than them. He's a receiver. He's a running back. He's a very dynamic player, even more so than those guys. If they get anything near or more or near than Saquon Barkley, which is $20 million, or anything above Brees Hall, man, you're looking at Achane getting, he's going to demand a contract of about 18, 19, maybe even $20 million a year, right? You're looking at probably 65, 70, 75, 80 million a year. I mean, 3-4 year contract, maybe 35, 40 million guaranteed. And then you've got to pay Brooks. Remember, Brooks was an all-pro. And Aaron Brewer is the second best center in the NFL. What are you going to pay them? Are you going to pay them? Right? And we haven't even paid our rookies yet. Okay, look what rookies are getting, first round picks, second round picks. Look at the monies they're getting. They're getting 53, 55, $60 million for 4-year contract. You don't think Proctor's going to want something near that or in that ballpark? So they've got, I wouldn't want to be in Sully's shoes right now. This organization has got some tough decisions to make in the next couple weeks. So we'll see how that turns out. I would love for Achane to stay. Okay. If they're going to utilize him the right way, he cannot be our bell cow running back. I'm sorry, folks. He's good, but that's not his forte. He's not a bell cow. Okay. He should be getting 12, maybe 15 carries a game, maybe 4 or 5 catches a game. That's it. Any more than that, you're risking injury and the life of his career, which would be short-lived if you utilize him like that. Now, I know he's a tough guy. He's a tough cookie. But, and what's interesting, too, talking about Achane, is one of the coaches, I don't remember who it was. I think it was I don't want to say because I don't remember who it was, but it's one of our coaches. He was talking about, they were asking questions about Achane and all that. And one of the last words that he said was, when we get Achane back when he's healthy. I don't know if any of y'all caught that. So is Achane nursing some injuries from last year already? Go back and listen to the coaches when the media were asking them questions and things like that during rookie camp, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. One of the coaches said that when we get Achane back when he's healthy. So I don't know. It just food for thought. But also in the news with the Miami Dolphins, Kyle Smith, the assistant GM that we recently got this year, Sully brought him in. He's getting interviewed by the Minnesota Vikings for a GM position. So look for that in the coming days. He might be leaving us. So we'll be without an assistant GM. Um, Also, Levon, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Levon Moss, the running back that they brought in from Texas as an undrafted free agent, he retired. So now we're down another running back. Um, Now, would he have made the team? It was a long shot, but you never know. He was very good with Texas. The reason why he didn't get drafted was because he had injury concerns. He had a torn MCL, ACL, and ankle injuries. Now, did that factor in him retiring? Did they find something in the medicals when they were, looking at him, examining him, and he decided just, it's not worth the risk? I don't know, but so he's gone. Um, They did sign a fullback slash linebacker. He was a linebacker for San Diego State. That's DJ Herman. He signed as a fullback, another camp body, long shot to make the team. But who knows, right? We don't have another fullback on the team. Alec Ingold is gone. So let's see. Let's see what they do with him and how it turns out for him. Good luck to him. Um, so let's talk about the nuts and bolts of what I was gonna divulge in tonight. As I said, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on X, a lot of podcasters, and and their expectations for this Miami Dog, some of them, not all of them, their expectations are like out of this world, almost hopium. It's like they're pushing hopium, you know. And I get it. It's off season and everybody wants to be positive and they want to be optimistic. And I am. I'm very excited for this team. I think this organization now is set and they're going in the right direction. I like Sully. I like Halfley. I like some of the coaches that I heard talk as well. Although, it's just coach talk, they're not going to say anything bad. Everything is positive. There's little nuggets here and there that they'll talk about, like the one about Achan, but not only that, but others that they, Malik Willis and all that kind of stuff. The quarterbacks coach that used to be the quarterbacks coach, that is for the Philadelphia Eagles, who coached Jalen Hurts, is now the quarterbacks coach for Malik Willis. And basically, they were kind of comparing, well, not really comparing him to Jalen Hurts, but similar. They're running quarterbacks. They got a decent arm. They can make all the throws. And that's one thing that Malik Willis brings to the table. He's a threat. He's a threat in the backfield when you're running that option, right? The RPO. Now, I'm not saying they're going to use that, 10, 15 times a game, but he's a threat when he rolls out. He's a threat. Those defensive backs are going to have to stick and cover their guy, or they're going to have to be looking out for Malik Willis to run. Right? So now we've got an added dimension to this team that we never had in a long, long time. When our last quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, they weren't watching out for him to run. He wasn't going to run. Occasionally he'd, try to run, look like a slug when he was doing it. But anyway, so now we got a guy in the backfield, Malik Willis, that can make all the throws, got a decent arm, and now he's mobile. The only thing he needs to work on is his accuracy and making the right decisions. Okay? And we've got folks also hyping up Malik Willis. And then we've got some other folks on the other side that are saying it was a terrible move. He stinks. He's not that good. What did we get him for? He hasn't done anything, right? Hopefully, we get the version of the Green Bay version of Malik Willis, not the Tennessee version of Malik Willis. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have a small sample size. Either way, we have a small sample size. The worst and the best of Malik Willis. We have a very small sample size. All right. Let's just, my expectations for this year are none, really. You know what I'm expecting? I'm expecting Jonah Savaiinaea to improve. I'm expecting Chop Robinson to improve. I'm expecting Kenneth Grant to improve. All the rookies that we drafted last year that were that some of them that were starting, Zeke Biggers, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, all of those guys, Dante Trader, Jason Marshall, and I'm probably missing a couple. Those guys, I want to see improvement in. That's what I expect for this team this year. Improvement, stepping up a notch. Okay. And I want to see Malik Willis. Malik Willis is going to be an integral part of this offense, of this for this football team. An integral part. Okay. The defense, we've got a young defensive backfield. Very young. We got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick. We lost Rasul Douglas. We lost Jack Jones. Okay. And there's others that Malafanu, Ashton Davis. Those guys are gone. Now, I'm not saying they were the best players in NFL, right? But they were serviceable. Okay. They were serviceable. And they were veterans. Okay. We got a lot of youngsters back there now in the backfield. Okay. And we've got a young front too, with Zeke Biggers and Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips. That's a young front for the defense. And we got a rookie linebacker now, Jacob Rodriguez, whom I think is going to be very good, in my opinion. Okay. And we got Jordan Brooks. I think our linebacker core is probably going to be the key to this team this year. And also up front, those guys are going to have to make an impact this year in order to protect that defensive backfield. Now, I know Hafley is a good defensive backs coach and he's going to make it happen. I know that. I think he will. But these guys are still rookies. They're going to make mistakes. Okay? They may even cost us a game or two. All right. This is the thing that I'm talking about about being overly optimistic. Okay. I'm cautiously optimistic this year, but I'm excited. And I think we are going in the right direction. But let's put the brakes on all this hype of these players and the draft choices and all this. They haven't even played an NFL down. We've lost a lot of players from last year that were on this team that were veterans, and we still went 7-10. We've got 24 rookies on this team. 24. We're the youngest team in the NFL this year. 24 rookies. How many of those are going to start? How many of those are going to make the team? 13 we drafted, and the other 11 we brought in as undrafted free agents. So let's just put the brakes on these pump the brakes a little bit on the expectations for this football team. I want to see the culture change, which I think I'm starting to see that in this team. if you listen to the rookies during rookie camp, they had a media day for them and they were speaking. These guys, a lot of them are very smart, a lot of them are very mature, and they're all business. None of this joking around, none of this being arrogant, none of that stuff. These guys are coming in and they're all business. And you know where that starts? Coaching. Sully, Halfley, and the rest of the coaches. No nonsense coaches. And you can tell by the way these rookies were speaking. And I like that. That is something to look forward to. The culture change, the toughness, the physicality, the mental toughness, and playing fast. I think if we can accomplish that this year and maybe win 4 or 5 games, maybe 6, then I'd say Sully and Halfley have done an excellent job. Excellent job. If they are like 3-14 or 2-15, then I'm going to worry a little bit. Then I will have questions and concerns. But if they can put 5, 6 wins on the board, maybe 7, then there's going to be some hopium then for next year. Then I can say, okay, we got a little hopium now. They gave me a little shot in the arm of hopium. But we're not going to know that until they start playing preseason and regular season this year. Yeah, and like I said, you know, these are our second and third team players we have on this team. Most of the veterans are second and third team players, other than, you know, Sealer and who else is a veteran we got? Well, you got Achan's a veteran now. You know, you can consider Paul a veteran now, still young, but he's a veteran now. You got AJ, you know, Austin Jackson's a veteran. Brewer's a veteran. Okay, they're going to bring some leadership. But other than that, we've got a lot of rookies and a lot of second and third team players. So, again, keep those expectations at a minimum. Not saying don't be excited. Not saying don't be positive. Not saying to be negative. I'm just saying keep your expectations at even keel until we see what happens when they start playing games in September. By November, we'll know. By November, we'll have a good feel of where this team, you know, its trajectory is pointing at that time. But yeah, guys, I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about that tonight. Excuse me. I am still recovering from my illness. I wanted to keep it short tonight. Just do a short show tonight. And then I'll come back on again next week, Tuesday, at probably the same time as always, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to start, we'll see, but I might try to start to have the show on Tuesdays again. So we'll see. Some of the family business and stuff I was doing here the last month or so is kind of slowed down. So I might be able to do it on Tuesdays again. So look for that. But guys, I want to thank you for joining the show tonight. And as I said, be positive, you know, be optimistic, cautiously optimistic, you know, but keep those expectations even, at an even keel, right? And let's just wait and see what happens until September. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the show tonight. Love you guys. Thanks again for subscribing. Share this with your friends, your families, and your neighbors. And let's get our next goal is 5,000. So let's see if we can't hit it. And the only way we can do that is with your help, ladies and gentlemen. And I appreciate all of you. So thanks again. Have a good evening. Good night. And remember, Dolphins #1, baby. Dolphins #1.